Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, the Confidence Coach. Welcome to the Confidence Zone. Today, I would like to speak a little bit about being spirituality. It is the holiest time of the calendar for the Jewish people. You may be familiar with the high holy days of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We are currently in between those days, also a particularly holy week, and the holiday of Yom Kippur begins tomorrow evening. The material I'm sharing, however, is not relevant to the calendar. It came up for me because of having spent the Jewish New Year holiday, Rosh Hashanah, in a synagogue with my brother and his family, surrounded by 1,000 other Jews, all praying and celebrating the beginning of the Jewish New Year and the opening of the Book of Life. Tomorrow, we will begin the Day of Atonement, the time that we Jews ask for forgiveness. We have spent more than a month reflecting, considering, and this is the time for our confession, the confession of all the trials and tribulations, the errors and wrongs that we have done, whether knowingly or unknowingly, and asking for forgiveness, acting in repentance, with the prayer to be written up in the Book of Life as that book is closed for yet another year by the end of the holiday, which this year is Saturday evening. So what is all this about? Why is it important? And why am I speaking about spirituality in the confidence zone? In my own life experience, I only speak about my own experiences. I have found a level of confidence in myself and my personal sensibility, and really in life, as I have deepened my spiritual practice. Now, if you know me, if you follow me, you know nature has become a very big part of my life practice. I'm out in nature every day, many times a day, and I have been for many, many years now. I didn't grow up that way per se, but over the course of my personal journey to enlightenment, as I call it, the evolution of transformed consciousness, I realized how being in nature supports my ability to be quiet and to be brave and confident to think about myself and my life, to admit my frailties, to have deep longing to grow in conscious awareness to benefit, both myself, my family, and our world. And so for me, my spirituality has deepened as I have spent time out in nature. It's beautiful to many senses. And the quiet, for me, has supported my ability to open what they call the third eye, right here, to your higher consciousness, and to even open what's called the crown chakra or the Keter, to really be willing to receive divine inspiration from what I call God. You might call it the universe. And often I say the universal source of all that is. My confidence has risen, I guess is the word, risen, by having a faith in something that's outside of myself. So it's not that I don't have questions. I do have questions. In Judaism, we're not only allowed to ask questions, we're encouraged to ask questions, to challenge and discuss and, fight for what you believe in, and fight to believe in something deeply that you can feel in your soul. So over many, many years on this journey now, I have fought that good fight. And basically, I won because my spirit feels connected to something that is no longer only just me. And I no longer feel quite so alone in my responsibility for everything. So yes, I am coming to this platform, and this is my business platform, but you know me, my life is my business is my life. And so why wouldn't I, of course, speak about something that is so deep and totally abiding to my message, my persona, and also even my work. Having some kind of faith in something outside of yourself can help you feel more confident. Like, oh, damn, that's such a relief that I don't have to do that alone, that I don't have to solve all the problems all right now. So for decades of my life, I was involved in an organized community, a synagogue, and many synagogues over my lifetime. And at this time in my life, I'm less engaged in an organized community, but more engaged in a soulful spiritual practice that has me, continuing to open my consciousness and continuing to be connected and having me rise even higher as a result. If you follow me, that I practice Qigong and now Tai Chi, and that mindful movement and meditative form also supports my ability to really just be still and be in full conscious commitment to my whole being, mind, body, and soul. And so, yes, today I am here in the confidence zone speaking about spirituality. It's the time of year to do this. If you follow me on my Facebook platform, I have been sharing reflections from the Hebrew month of Elul, which precedes the High Holy Days celebration and is intentionally created and offered as an opportunity to reflect. And I say to reflect deeply. So instead of resisting, being in resistance, worrying, being angry about things, being upset about things to my very core, and to be moved, to be triggered, and so on, I work every day in connection to something greater than myself, to using my Qigong tools of breathing. You might do it through yoga or whatever, or any kind of meditative practice, to be a little bit more not in control, but in charge of myself. And sometimes I fail. I fail a lot. So I can easily say I fail. Sometimes I fail. I get triggered, I fail, and I go off. But the difference is when you have a deep spiritual practice, you know that faith supports you, and you'd be like, oh, wait a second, I'm human. I'm not God or a godlike figure. I'm not the universal source. I'm just human. This also helps me feel more confident because when I fail, I don't have to fall, right? I can just be like, oh, damn, epic fail. It becomes easier and easier to say I failed, or I was wrong, or that didn't go well. That didn't go the way I expected. All these things for me are served through a deepening spirituality, which has the impact of helping me to rise. And so in Qigong, we actually, focus on the stance, the alignment of the body, the lengthening and the opening, the calm, quiet stance, where you're actually bringing to consciousness the vessel, as we call it, the body, in connection with the heavens above and the earth below. So today I want to invite you to join us in this very spiritual, extremely holy time by having thoughts of good that you can bring to the world. Perhaps you might want to reflect on things that haven't gone so well, as I have been doing. Perhaps you want to ask for forgiveness. This is a part of the practice of Yom Kippur. Ask for forgiveness if you feel that's warranted. Perhaps you want to reach out and connect with others in spiritual communion, whatever that means to you. Or perhaps just take some quiet time to support your own self, your own soul, your own spirit, and just breathe a bit. That's okay too. So that's it for today. If you have any comments about this, I'm always happy to hear them. And I'm wishing you the very best in mind, body, and soul.